and just plain skivers. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. I'm Sian Welby, and your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to join the Q12 crew and go on to be crowned a HQ Trivia winner. It's the summer holidays, and I know it's a scary time if you're waiting for exam results, but trust me, a HQ win is way more valuable on your CV than a degree. Anyway, you know how it works. Answer all 12 questions correctly and you can win or split £1,000. What would you spend that cash on if you got it all to yourself? I would immediately buy 20 inflatable T-Rex costumes and go on a rampage with 19 of you. Are you in? Do with it what you will. Here's Q1. Which of these creatures are released on a plane in a 2006 Samuel L. Jackson movie? Giraffes, meerkats, snakes. It's like a modern day Noah's Ark, but with just more screaming and less legroom. A giraffe on a plane? Pretty ridiculous, because where would it store its 20 neck pillows? Well, you know the answer. It was a bunch of monkey fighting snakes. Did you get it? Yeah, of course you did. 80,000 of you still in the game and a few thousand of you watching very different movies. Personally, I enjoyed how the CGI snakes changed to rubber snakes during the hand-to-hand combat. Pretty slick. On to Q2. Winnie the Pooh is very fond of which of these foods? Tofu, sushi, honey. Which one of those foods did he get his chubby little paws on before Piglet even stood a chance? Well, he spends 90% of his time stuffing his face. But what is Pooh's favourite food? Well, I think it's worth the odd sting. The answer was honey. Yes, you knew that. 79,000 of you still in the game. Very well played. I'll have you know, actually, that real bears eat honey in real life, but it's just to get the bees' larvae and eggs, which is not quite as adorable. Okay, bit of a reminder for you now, because it's very exciting. For all our HQ science buffs and lovers, don't forget, we've got a science-themed night coming up this Thursday at 9 o'clock. It's not for all science boffins. You don't need an A-level or a degree in science. It's going to be just really good fun and a good opportunity to show off your science skills. And talking of skills, let's do some shout-outs. Jamal and Eden, they're playing in SW6. Hello to Ed O'Neill. He's in the 3 o'clock club. Hello. James and the Sister Magic team, they play every single day. Shout out to Richard's Cats, Ladies, Rainbow and Aria. Hello to Chunky and comedian and musician Jay Cyrus. Hello. He's asked for 4 extra lives. Sorry, no special treatment for you. On to Q3. Which of these hats is typically worn by students at a graduation ceremony? Cement cap, mortarboard, brick beret. Is this something that you've done recently? Have you recently graduated? If not, just take an educated guess. See what I did there? 3 hefty sounding hats, but which one is going airborne at graduation? The sombrero of squares. It's a mortarboard. Was that tricky? Did you get it? 55,000 of you still in the game. It was a little bit brutal. We've lost 11,000 of you with a brick beret. If at this point you have some extra lives, use them, use them, use them. I can see you're doing so. Very well played. Now, if you want a cool origin story about this, there isn't one. The hat just looks like a thing you plaster walls with. On to Q4. Henry Cavill was not allowed to do what during the reshoots for Justice League? Shave his moustache, his own stunts, speak. Have a little think about this one. We know that he was definitely allowed to take selfies because he took hundreds of them. They're all over his Instagram. The man is obsessed. He plays a Man of Steel, but which became Henry's kryptonite? Halfway through shooting another film, he wasn't allowed to shave his moustache. How many of you knew that one? Oh, 32,000 of you, but I think this is pretty savage. We lost 18,000 of you on his own stunts and 5,000 of you on speak. Whew, that was pretty tough. But if you saw the film, there was no denying it. I mean, Cavilla's it had to be removed digitally, and it resulted in the creepiest top lip in history. I mean, I think it deserved its own credit. On to Q5. Which presenter won the inaugural Strictly Come Dancing? Natasha Kaplinsky, Carol Smiley, Fiona Phillips. So, who took home the first ever Glitter Ball trophy? Well, better at changing the topic than changing rooms. The answer was Natasha Kaplinsky. How many of you watched that series and got it right? 21,000 of you still in the game. Rumour has it, actually, that Natasha got Carol Smiley in to design her a bigger mantelpiece for the trophy. Little bit awkward. On to Q6. Which one of these countries has never reached the World Cup final? Hungary, Chile, Sweden. How good are you with your football trivia? Has it paid off, watching all those videos on YouTube? None of them have actually ever brought it home, but who hasn't even had the chance yet? Cold and hot at the same time. The answer is Chile. Did you know it? Did you get it? 9,000 of you did, but savage! And this is proper savage. We've lost 12,000 of you at this point. Come on, guys, we've got those extra lives. It's a good time to use it. We're on question 6. You can still very much stay in the game. It turns out that Hungary have actually lost 2 World Cup finals, and Sweden got completely Pele'd in 1958. On to Q7, and well done if you've got this far. It's tricky today. Which of these items of footwear gives its name to a type of flower? Clog, slipper, sock. Have a little think, get in tune with nature. Which one could it be? Have you ever seen these around? Sadly, they are unlikely to smell like flowers, but who shares its name with one? It's the laziest of loafers. It's a slipper. Did you get it? Who's been lounging around? 4,897 of you. But again, this is pretty brutal. In fact, I'm going with it. It is savage because we've lost more of you on clog than on sock. Oh, this is so tough. 566 of you using your extra lives to stay in. It's another case of say what you see. They're South American flowers and they just look like little slippers. They're very cute. On to Q8. Well done for staying in the game here. Which of these land masses is the largest? Europe, North America, Africa. How good are you at your geography? Have a little think. It can be a little bit deceiving because they're all pretty chunky. But who is the proper whopper here? It's over 3 times the size of Europe. The answer is Africa. It's one of those moments where you wish you'd paid more attention to Mr. Smith in geography. 3,000 of you, though, did pay attention. You're still in the game. Very well played. Africa actually looks a lot smaller on maps than in real life, but that's what good lighting and a flattering angle will do for you. On to Q9. Who was the Prime Minister when the UK last won the Eurovision Song Contest? John Major, Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair. 3 very important MPs, but which one of them will score you nil points in this question? Well, Katrina and the Waves, they conquered Europe back in 1997, but who was cheering them on from number 10? It was Tony Blair. Ooh, 875 of you, but in another case of a savage question, goodbye to almost 3,000 of you. Well, 1,500 of you, 2,500 of you went with the other questions. So goodbye. If you've got those free lives, those extra lives, please use them. Stay with me. I want you with me to the end. John Major had actually only moved out 2 days before, so this was a very, very tricky question. I have a feeling he was singing along, though, from his motel. I like to think that. Okay, it's getting very serious now. We're on to Q10. Which of these countries' flags feature individually represent its states? Brazil, Samoa, Senegal. It's one of those emojis that we don't really use that often. Have you been paying attention to the flags? Do you know your history? Well, I have to say, this flag has actually had more updates on my iPhone, but who's plugged in today and knows their geography? The answer was Brazil. 656 of you, very well played. I mean, over the years, basically Brazil's large states were divided to create smaller ones, and like a good behaviour wall chart of a teacher's pet, more stars just keep getting added. Okay, it's getting close now. It's getting exciting. We're on Q11. Here we go. What was the first Pixar short film to have dialogue? Mike's New Car, Jerry's Game, Day and Night. This is where it really pays off to be an adult who watches kids' movies. I think it's very important because this is a Q11 and this gets you even closer to that £1,000. Pixar, they're the masters of speaking in pictures, but when did they let words do the talking? Starring the motor mouth of Monsters, Inc., the answer was Mike's New Car. Very impressed if you got that one. 228 of you did. 281 of you said Jerry's Game and 224 said Day and Night. Again, pretty brutal, that one. So, vocabulary at the ready because we are rambling into the final round. This is a momentous moment. You're about to join the Q12 crew, which is quite an accomplishment, and I personally am very proud of you. So we're going to crack on. Here's Q12. Which of these paintings had a section removed from after its completion? The Last Supper, Number 5, 1948, The Starry Night. I mean, for me, any accomplishment was just getting my artwork on the fridge, but these have been in the galleries. They're 3 priceless masterpieces. But which one had a door put in the middle of it? Number 5, it sounds like an address, but nobody wants to live in the house Pollock painted. Google him, you'll see what I mean. Putting a hole in holy. The answer was The Last Supper for the win. 164 of you absolutely nailed it. That was a tricky one today, I have to say. 164 winners, winning £6.10. That's enough to get you a couple of drinks. Mark Sawyer, Bratterley, Moit. I'm loving these profile pictures. I really wish that I was on holiday looking at some of these sunbathing photos. Loving the profile pictures. Very strong hair in that black and white picture there. Very well played, guys. Very well played. 164 of you getting down to that point of the game. That does take some doing. You have to have some very good trivia and hopefully a few extra lives, but you played it and you nailed it, and you did very well. And I, for one, I'm your biggest fan. I mean, if you can win HQ on a Tuesday afternoon while you're supposed to be working and nobody noticed, that, my friend, is an achievement. High fives all round. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed my company, want to be new BFFs, hit me up on Insta or Twitter. I know, why is Sean not spelt with a H in it? Ask my parents. It's very, very annoying. I honestly do not know. But if you're on a winning streak and you want to try again, you can at 9 p.m. tonight. Invite your friends, get a free live. Everyone's a winner. It was a tough one today. I'm going to say it again. So whether it was logic, brain power, or just sheer luck, who cares? You've done it, and you should brag about it for the rest of the day. If not, the rest of your life. Bye.